A high-risk, underground movement has started a new economy free from corruption and manipulation. This new world uses cryptocurrency, a financial system based on secure, anonymous exchange and decentralization. This is where you are, at the center of your money, mining, trading, and storing digital coins. But where there is hope, there is hacking. How will you protect your fortune on the blockchain?
Hey everybody, it's Derek Funkhauser with the Board Game Spotlight. Welcome back to the table. Today we're going to take a look at Blockchain, a cryptocurrency game by Tyler Cheeves. Plays 2 to 4 players in about 30 to 60 minutes, and it's for ages 14 and up. So in Blockchain, players are playing as hackers or cryptocurrency gurus, and the object of the game is to move 10 of each cryptocurrency from your wallet down inside of your cold storage. There are 5 different. You have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, and Peercoin. Those are the cryptocurrencies that you will be using in the game. And so I want to show you a quick overview of a turn, how the game progresses, and what you can expect. So each player will get a player board that's very well laid out that allows players to follow the phase progression in the game. So at the beginning of your turn, you'll notice you can't play any hacks during this phase, but you'll draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. Then you can pay for any servers that you've played previously. Then during your action phase, you can choose any of these actions to take. And so you can deploy a server, chain a card, mine, trade, store, and play any hacks. And at the end of your turn, you need to discard back down to your maximum hand size of 5 cards. So let's talk about servers. Servers are very powerful cards that allow you to take various actions. So you can pay 4 of any coin to any opponent. That allows you to then take these icons you can draw and then chain. Chaining works by letting you play additional blocks. On your turn, you get to play a block, but if you have any chain effects, you get to play additional. So I could play this block, which is going to allow me to store 10 coins of my choice on my turn, but then I could play this block with my chain effect, which is then going to allow me to play an additional block. So I would choose this block, which gives me 2 trades and another 5 additional store. So on my turn, I now count up the icons, and I have 3 trade icons, and I have 2 store icons for 15. So on my turn, in any progression or any way that I want to choose to do so, I can make trades. So I could trade for another player. I could make a trade here, 5 of anything for 6 of the Peercoin, or 3 Ethereum for 5 of a type of currency, 3 to 2. You have to trade adjacent, so you can't trade across the board. So in this instance, I could use one of my trade actions to trade 3 Ethereum to my opponent, and let's say I took 5 of their Dash coin. I actually took too many earlier. So then I would take 5, and then I could choose to take a store action. So I would store these 5 into my cold storage, and then I could make another trade. I could trade 2 Bitcoin, so 2 to my opponent, to take 3 of their Ethereum. So take 3 here, and then I could choose my store 10 action, and I could store 3, 10, and have some excess. So the reason you might want to have excess is because the other player will need 10. There are only 10. Each player gets 10 of each. So if you have extra, that player is now going to need to trade for it. So you can kind of impose market saturation. You can kind of take all of one and then force them to make those trades for it because they're going to need it. Additionally, players at any time during the phase, you need to give them the option to play any hack cards they have. So this, you could choose a currency and then roll the die to change the value. So in this instance, if they didn't want the 2 to 3 trade, they could choose the Bitcoin, roll it, and they've changed it to 1 to 3. Unfortunately, that was not in their favor, but had they rolled a 6, it definitely would have been in their favor. So after you've done your chain, your mines, your trading, and your storing, you then, at the end of your turn, discard any played blocks. You leave any deployed servers for subsequent turns, And then I have 1 card left in my hand, which means on my next turn, I'll draw 4 cards up to my hand limit of 5. This player played their hat card, so they, on their first turn, would need to draw a card, and then they would go ahead and progress the game. The game ends when a player, as I said, moves 10 from their top wallet down into their cold storage. And it's not as easy as it sounds, because there is a lot of changes that can happen. There are multiple different hacks that you can play. This allows you to choose 2 currency tiles and swap their values. This destroys a server on the board. You can discard your hand to draw 2 cards, prevent a player from moving up to 5 coins into their cold storage. So there's a lot of ways to mess with players' tableaus, and there's a lot of back and forth and shifting of the lead and everything like that. So if this sounds something up your alley, if you love cryptocurrency, you love a lot of player interaction, you like manipulating dice and changing values, then I definitely think you need to take a look at Blockchain, the cryptocurrency game. If that sounds like it's something for you, go ahead and check it out. It's on Kickstarter. This has been Derek Funkhauser with the Board Game Spotlight, and this has been your overview of Blockchain.